I still think about that train ride sometimes when I can't sleep. 3 years ago, my younger brother Caleb and I decided to backpack across Europe after I finished college. Most of the trip was amazing, crowded hostels, cheap food, random people becoming friends overnight. Nothing bad happened until the night we took the train from Prague to Brno. We booked the cheapest tickets possible, which meant an overnight train leaving close to midnight. I remember feeling exhausted before we even boarded. Caleb fell asleep almost immediately after sitting down. The train car was mostly empty. There was a couple near the front, an older woman by the window, and one man sitting alone behind us. I noticed him because every time I looked up, he was already looking at me. Not in a normal way either. He didn't look away when we made eye contact. He just stared calmly like he'd been waiting for me to notice. At first, I told myself I was being paranoid. Traveling makes you hyper-aware of strangers sometimes. I put my headphones on and ignored it. About an hour later, I got up to use the bathroom. When I came back, the man had moved closer, only 2 rows behind us now. Caleb was still asleep against the window. I whispered his name and nudged him awake. "Let's switch cars," I said quietly. He looked confused. "Why?" "That guy behind us." Caleb glanced back lazily. "He's probably just traveling." Maybe he was right, but the feeling in my stomach kept getting worse. We grabbed our bags and walked into the next train car. This one was emptier. The lights flickered every few seconds, and the windows only reflected darkness outside. For about 10 minutes, everything felt fine again. Then the sliding door behind us opened. The same man stepped into the car. I felt actual fear hit me for the first time. He walked slowly down the aisle without taking his eyes off us and sat 4 seats away. Caleb sat upright immediately. Even he looked nervous now. The train was supposed to arrive in Brno in another hour, but I didn't want to stay trapped in that car another minute. At the next stop, we got off. I don't even know what town it was. The station platform was nearly empty, except for one flickering light and a vending machine humming near the wall. The second our feet hit the platform, I heard the train doors behind us open again. The man had followed us off. I grabbed Caleb's arm and we ran into the station building. The inside looked abandoned except for a tiny office near the ticket counters. The man entered a few seconds later. He wasn't rushing. That was somehow worse. He just walked slowly through the station like he knew we had nowhere to go. A station worker saw us panicking and immediately let us into his office before locking the door. I remember Caleb trying to explain what was